All right, so hey everyone. So today we're going to have a look at binomial expansion. So what we going to do is, we're going to look at how we expand binomial products, and the way we do that is that we use the FOIL method. So that's and FOIL stands for first, outside. So first for F, outside for O, I for inside, and L for last. So this is what FOIL stands for. So let's say that we have a general equation. So I'm gonna type that in. So let's say that we have a general equation A plus B times C plus D. Right. So or actually I might just write it out. So instead of typing, so we have A plus B, and then C plus D. Right, so all right, so let's use the FOIL method to expand this. So I'm just gonna do it in a different color. So let's use green for F. Right, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to multiply this first term here by multiply this term here, and then by the first term. So that's C, right? So we're going to multiply those two terms, and that will be for the first part F. So I'm just going to write that down. So we just multiply these two terms then to start off with. Then we are going to use, we're going to multiply A by the outside term D for the O part. So we are going to do, so that's for O when we're multiplying A by the outer term D. Just simply multiplication signs so that we know that we're multiplying in those terms. So then I'm going to be useful to this one. So then we multiply, we now move to B now. So we're now going to multiply B by the inside term C. So the inside term is the term that's closest to this term here, B. So those two terms are close together. So that's going to be the I part of it. So that's multiplying in the inside part of it, and then the last part of it is that we're going to multiply which color do I want to use? Let's use orange for this last part. So we're going to multiply the last term by B. So we're going to multiply B by D. So that's going to be our last term. So basically, in summary, first of all, we need to start off by multiplying this. We focus on this A to start off with, and then we multiply by the first term in the second bracket. So that's A times C then. Then then for the second part, we still focus on this term, first term here, right? Or we still focus on this A, right? So we're going to multiply this A by the last term in the second bracket C. And then now we're shifting our focus to this B term here. So since we're done with A now, so now we're going to multiply B times by C. So we're using the inside part of the FOIL method now. And moving to the L part of the FOIL method, we multiply this B term here by the last term, which is in the second bracket, which is this D here. So that would be equating to, oops, I want it in black. So that would be it equals A times C plus A times C plus BC plus that again by BD. So this is how we use the FOIL method. So let's get into a few example questions. So we want to expand the following binomial product. So let's have a look at question 1. So x times plus 5 and then multiplying that by x plus 2. So we have so let's start off with f from the FOIL method. So for the f part of it, right, we need to multiply the two x's together, so that would be x squared. And then we use the O part of the method now, so that would be x times 2, so that would be 2x. Then the I part of the FOIL method, we have 5 times x, so these two terms multiplied together. And then lastly, we multiply this 5 here by the last term too, so that gives us 10 then. And then simplifying this expression here, we get x squared plus 7x plus 10. So hopefully, but you should be able to understand how to apply the FOIL method. But let's get into the last 3 example questions. So and then again, we need to multiply by the first terms by this x. So x times x gives x squared. Then we move on to O now. So let me just illustrate this. So if we multiply x times x, then multiply oh yeah, so now we multiply 9 and x together. So we have plus 9x, and then we multiply -3 and x together. So we have minus 3 times x. So that'd be minus 3x. And then we multiply this -3 by the last term, so that's 9. So that would be -27 then. So, and then simplifying this, we just get x squared plus 6x minus 27. And then moving on to the next question, we have x plus 7 multiplying that by x minus 2, both in brackets. So again, what do we need to do? We need to start off with I'll just write that down. So we'll just write down FOIL, just so that we know. Sorry about my messy handwriting. I'm not very good at writing on here. So, but yeah. So let's start off with x. So that multiplying the two x terms together, we get x squared. And then moving on to O, we get -2x. So that's x squared minus 2x so far. Then moving on to I, we multiply this 7 here by the inside term x. So that would be plus 7x. And then multiplying the last term by this 7 here, and we get -14. And then simplifying this, we just get x squared plus 5x minus 14. And then for the last term, we need to, or of course, we need to do the same thing again. So hopefully by now you should definitely get the FOIL method. So this will just be 3x squared minus 12x minus 5x. So multiplying those two terms, and then multiplying the last term by this -5 here. So -5 times -14 gives 20. And then we just get 3x squared minus 17x plus 20. And I'll just illustrate. So first of all, multiply 3x by x, and then next multiply 3x by -4. Then I'm moving on to this -5 part now. So I'm moving on to I. We get -5x, and then multiplying the last term from this -5, we get 20. So this is the sort of method that you need to use when expanding binomial products. You need to use the FOIL method. I think using the FOIL method is the easiest way to expand those expressions. So hopefully this should all make sense now. So let's just briefly recap. So FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, and last. So as it's shown here. So first of all, we need to multiply a and by this first term in the second brackets. So that's c here. So multiply a and c together, and then adding. Then we move on to O now. So we need to multiply a by this outside term d here. Then next up, we need to, we now move on to this b term. So we multiply this b term by the inside term c. And then the last term, we need to multiply this b and by this d here. So d is our last term. So this is how the FOIL method works. So yeah, so thanks guys for listening, and hopefully you've learned something from it. All right, take care guys.